Welcome to this episode of our program Daily Debate. Today, actually, I didn't know how to start presenting the episode. Yesterday was a day of sadness and grief for all Egypt and all Egyptians. Today, of course, we are still sad and grief for the killing of 21 innocent civilians in Libya with a terrorist act that has no relevance with whatsoever Islam. Today, we are filled of pride and proudness for a quick reaction from our armed forces, a reaction that has at least made our hearts relieved for the time being. Of course, this is not the first of the story. This will not be the first of how we will be tackling terrorism or how we were tackling terrorism since sometimes till now, but we will continue on. And Egyptians are filled with their, or they are adamant in their track to combat terrorism with all force as one hand. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi visited on Monday the head of Egypt's Coptic Orthodox Church, Pope Tawadros II, extending condolences over the killing of the 21 Copts by Daesh terrorist group in Libya. The president's visit comes hours after the armed forces carried out an airstrike on the terrorist Daesh group in Libya. They hit camps, training sites, and ammunition and weaponry warehouses. An armed forces statement said that the strike conducted in the early hours of Monday hit its targets accurately. The statement asserted that the attack is revenge for the criminal acts conducted by terrorist elements and groups inside and outside the country. In a televised address late on Sunday after beheading video, President Fattah al-Sisi said that Egypt the right to respond in the right and suitable time and in the suitable means it deems suitable for the retribution from the killers. Sisi's statement comes in response to the video that showed the beheading of those Egyptians. All their crimes that they committed was seeking their daily bread, seeking to live. Anyway, the international, of course, reaction to the killing of the innocent Egyptians and to the Egyptian airstrike on Daesh strongholds in Libya, the possible consequences of the Egyptian military intervention and chances of activating the Joint Arab Defense Treaty to safeguard common Arab security and confront terrorism. We'll be discussing that and more in our episode tonight. Of course, we will be dealing with the aspect from different angles and different sides. Today, we will be carrying on with our mission to inspect what happened, to know the truth, to know what is or what we are about to. Before we start our discussion, let's first have a quick look on this report. Egypt launches a strike against Daesh in Libya in revenge to the killing of our Egyptians. And we'll come back for discussion.
The army announced in a statement on Monday morning that it had conducted airstrikes against Daesh militants targeted in Libya, including training camps and armed patrol. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi reserves the right to retaliate against the killing of 20 Egyptians by terrorist Daesh group in Libya at the suitable time and place. Daesh militant had published earlier on Sunday a graphic video on the internet purportedly showing a beheading of the Coptic Christians it said it had kidnapped recently. The statement said the strikes were successful in reaching their targets and that the Egyptian fighter jets returned safely to their home bases in Egypt. The army said in a statement that it believes that the avenging of the blood of the Egyptians and extracting the retribution from the killers and criminals is a duty it has to carry out. Libya's Air Force Chief of Staff, Sakr el-Qurashi, said on Monday morning that the Egyptian air strikes took place in coordination with the Libyan army. In another interview, el-Qurashi told an Egyptian TV satellite channel that the Egyptian airstrike succeeded in destroying a training camp, weaponry, and a house that contained anti-aircraft missile belonging to Daesh terrorist group. He called on Egypt to continue its offensive along with the Libyan army until Libya is free. In a televised speech on Sunday night, President Sisi said he ordered the Egyptian government to provide full support to the families of the victims and tighten a ban on Egypt travel to its western neighbor. He also said that he issued a directive to the government to take necessary steps in order to secure and facilitate the return of Egyptians trying to leave Libya. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi added that he commissioned Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri to travel to New York in order to hold talks with senior United Nations officials and members of the Security Council. Sisi said that the minister would demand the international community live up to its responsibilities by taking necessary actions in line with the UN Convention and to declare that what is happening in Libya threatens international peace and security.